Right, so I'm out in the Amok Draumr for a hammock camp tonight, and the weather's not great. It is actually forecasting yellow warning for wind and rain, which is always good for being under trees in high winds. I've literally just pulled up and I'm starting to walk there, so I'm heading to a spot which I've been to before. You'd have seen before in my videos. This is a spot courtesy of Gez from Boys in the Wood. As you can see, the wind is gusting away. Yeah, so thanks to Gez for letting me use this spot. He doesn't own it, it's not his land, but you know, it's like the moon, isn't it? America don't own it, but they put their flag on it. So I see this as Gez's flag. So anyway, thanks Gez. Boys in the Wood, if you haven't seen their videos, go and give them a check out, say hello. So I've got about a 10-15 minute walk, it's not too far. I've got burgers tonight. I've got some nice smoked bacon for the morning and some brioche buns. So I'm looking forward to that. Right, I'm gonna, it's literally just sort of started to drizzle a bit, not so much rain. I've got a waterproof jacket in the back, but I haven't got my trousers, and it's expected to pour down overnight in the morning. So I'll probably get wet on my way back, but I couldn't find my waterproof trousers, so it is what it is, isn't it? Right, let's get to camp. So there's a little river that runs alongside the field, which is next to the little forest where we camp, and it's known to flood. Now, when I walk through the dip that goes up to the forest or up to the woodlands, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of like bottles of cider and just rubbish. It looks like there's been a mass rave going on there. But in talking to Gez, he told me that it's because this river floods, goes all the way across the field and then up that embankment and dumps all the junk that everyone dumps in it. Now you can see from here, you can normally walk down there and walk out and get on that tyre swing. Rubbish floating along. But you can see already there's been some rain the last couple of days and it's already swelling quite a lot. Behave. So yeah, if it gets bad tonight, there's a good possibility that the banks will burst. Now, it's not going to cause me a problem where I'm hammocking because I'm up a steep embankment, but it might mean I can't get back in the morning if it's flooded the field. I'll show you the field when I get there. So this is the field, and basically the river is about 7 or 8 feet or so below that hedge line, and apparently it floods to the top of that, across this field, down that ditch, over the top, and fills up that section down there, which, as I said before, is absolutely crammed full of rubbish. I'll pop in there and I'll show you if I find any. Don't know if you can see it, the light's not great now, but it's just littered with rubbish all the way through here. Polystyrene foam blocks, bottles, everywhere. More through here, more here, milk bottles, drinks bottles, cider bottles, you name it, and all down there. But it's not people dumping it. Well, it's people dumping it in the river. There's not people dumping it here, stood on a bottle, because the river did that. Right, I've got to climb up that embankment now. Let's get to camp. I'm sure it's getting steeper. Every time I come up here, I don't know where to go. There's no visual signs. It's done by more luck than judgment. But every time I come up the bank, I get to the top, and I'm always spot on to where the camp is. Except this time, I missed it by about 50 yards. She's over there. Not too bad though. I'll remember next time. Walk a bit further up. Oh look, Gez has left some twinkly little lights. Food, drink, a lot of it is in there. And the reason why I didn't pack it in my bag is twofold. One, I bought it afterwards and bag's already packed, couldn't bother to open it. Two, I don't think it would fit in. Downside with hammock camping, it's quite a lot of gear you got to bring. It is heavier than normal tent camping, but it opens up for more places to go. So there's woodland everywhere. You can always find somewhere to hammock camp. Right, I'm going to get it up because it's going to start raining now. The hammock, that is. Right, so I started unpacking all my hammock stuff, getting ready to set it up first, and then it absolutely hammered it down with rain. So I'm in the shelter at the moment, which has got a nice little twinkly light dotted around it from Gez. How romantic. And I'm going to get my burgers on. I'm absolutely starving, and I'm really looking forward to these burgers. So I've got Tesco's Ultimate Brisket and Chuck burgers. 2 of those. They are big and chunky. Also got some Applewood cheese slices. Smooth and creamy smoke flavoured cheddar cheese. Applewood. And of course, a whole bottle of ketchup. It's going to be in 2 brioche buns. Again, my favourites. They're just so much lighter, not as stodgy as normal buns. And the other 2 buns I'm going to have with these. Naked smoked back rashers. Looks pretty good. That's breakfast sorted. Cheers. Oh, that's good. It's been like a three and a half hour drive. Not to here today, but to one of my customers. And then another hour drive back to here, so it's been a bit stressful. And obviously I've only just got back here before it's dark. And although it's not sunset for 20 minutes, in the woods it's pretty dark anyway, so I'm going to have to be using my lights for quite a long time tonight. But I'm so looking forward to these burgers. That wind is really kicking up, and it's not me. I'm looking forward to this. They're good. I know you can't really see them in this light. Thick and chunky. Cheese is nice as well. I noticed on my last video when I had burgers, when I was eating them, it sounded like there was something crunching inside. It shows my age. My jaws crack when I open wide. So I listened to it back and I was like, what is that noise? And it's my jaw going. It's not bits of bone inside the burgers. These are so needed. I haven't really eaten today. So I'm absolutely starving and these are going down the street. I won't force you to watch, so I'll bring you back in a bit. When I've finished this, I'm going to go get my hammock up before it gets pitch black. So at least I've got my bed set. Well, if anyone out there's got an Amok Draumr, little bit of advice, do not put it up in gale force winds in the pitch black. I have just spent over half an hour trying to get the tarp up. It is just flipping out of my hand. You can't tell which part to attach. There is a red carabiner on one end and a green carabiner on the other, so you know which is left and right, port and starboard. The green carabiner's come off, so I've only got the red one. So I'm then trying to count while it's blowing around. The ties, the actual guy out lines for the tarp, are all nice and neatly rolled up and covered with Velcro. With it whipping around in the wind, every one of them has come loose and they have literally tied around each other. If you gave a kid a bunch of string and left them with it for 2 hours, that's what it's come out like. And as soon as I stopped and finished, tightened it all up, the wind died down and the rain stopped. But I did get to a point where I'm like, I've got to get it done. I can't wait any longer. But I've not got the hammock up yet, so I'm going to go and get that done now. Right, well, finally, the tarp and the hammock are set up. Absolute nightmare doing that in this wind. And it's pouring down with rain. Really, really, really high winds. I mean, the tarp was acting like a kite surf. It was horrific trying to work out which toggle I needed at the feet and which end and which side to go on it. It was just painful. The problem is you set it up, I've done this before, and you set it up correctly and then realise it's actually inside out because it's flipped over. So yeah, don't do it in the dark, don't do it in the gale force winds and rain. But yeah, pretty much as soon as I finished setting it all up, then it's calmed down now. Still a bit windy. Keep hearing thunder in the distance though, so I don't know if we're going to be in for a light show later on. The winds are supposed to pick up through the night and the rain, and then get worse in the morning just when I'm packing up. So I'm looking forward to that. But the bed's all set up, everything's ready. It's not that late, so I'm just sitting here chilling out, having another beer and enjoying the wind and the trees. Don't know if you can see it that well in the light, but this is the setup. I think I'm going to have to raise the tarp up a little bit because it's a bit cosy inside. I might struggle to get in and out of here. Luckily, I've just seen it glinting in the light. There's my green carabiner for the other side. Right, I'm going to get this tarp adjusted, I think, and then hit the sack. And depending upon the weather, hopefully I'll see you in the morning. My coffee's on the go. I'm going to make my coffee, get some bacon on, and just sitting here and watch the rain in the woods. It has not stopped pouring down. The wind's eased up, so that's fine. But I am concerned about that river bursting its banks because it was high yesterday and it has not stopped raining all night long. But it is what it is. We shall see. Right, my first bacon roll is on the way. Coffee's going down well. The rain has not stopped. It is relentless. But I'm not rushing. I'm going to have my breakfast, I'm going to have my coffee, and have to wade through a burst river to get back to the car. Then I haven't got much choice really, have I? Better than porridge. That is really sweet bacon. Very tasty. I often get smoked bacon, which is nice. But I've not had that made before, not seen it. It was out of Tesco's. But it is like really, really sweet. It's almost like a maple cured bacon. Didn't say on pack, but it's good. Right, let's start the red sauce, brown sauce argument with a bacon butty. Admittedly, I actually like a bacon sandwich with red sauce and brown sauce mixed together, which is really, really good. But I generally prefer tomato ketchup, red sauce. What do you prefer, red or brown? Comment below. I think with this bacon, because it is so sweet, I think the red sauce complements it a bit. I think if I had brown sauce on it, then it wouldn't be as good. However, I had to buy a bottle because I was out shopping, and I just got red sauce, couldn't bother to bring two. And they didn't do sachets either, so red sauce is a choice for me. What's yours? Well, my second bacon roll is cooking. There's obviously had a tree come down here, another one there. There's a few that have come down across there as well, and down the back. So there's quite a lot of deadwood here, and there's been a lot come down, and that's why I was a bit concerned about where I was last night here. But I picked 2 trees that have got a lot of foliage on, and they're pretty thick. Weirdly, last night the wind was not down at sort of camp level, it was right up in the trees. So although earlier on it was lower and my tarp was getting buffeted like mad when I was trying to set it up, last night in the hammock it was fine, there was no real wind hitting me, but my actual hammock was just bouncing and bouncing up and down because obviously the tops of the trees were hitting the wind, taking the wind, so it was just pulling them wider and nearer, so it was just reducing the pressure and strength on my hammock. So I was just laying there, just gently bouncing away. All good fun. There's literally been no wind at ground level where I camped until I put the tarp up, and then again when I brought it down. It's been calm, dead calm all morning, and I went and started packing down the hammock and the tarp, and it just blew a gale. All of the lines, because I just undid them and didn't roll them up, put the pegs away, and then the wind just picked up. All the lines tied around each other in a million knots. They started hammering it down, and the wind was just battering the tarp, so I ended up just yanking it off the tree, shoving it in the bag. So I've got some Boy Scout knots to undo later on. That's going to be fun. Anyway, the river has not burst its banks, so it hasn't come across the field. Be interesting to see what it's like when I get over to the edge of it, see how deep it is or how worse it's got since last night. But for now, I'll say goodbye, and as always, thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, hit a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you all on the next one.